What's up, guys? Brian back to do a Monday morning talk about Walking Dead, Fear the Walking Dead, and a couple other things. So let's talk. Here we go, guys. It is Monday, August 29th. Let's get the question. Can't wait for August to be done myself into September. Season 4, Episode 7. In order to solidify his status as the governor's new leader, the governor kills Mitch, Tara, Alicia, Pete. Let's see. Season 4, Episode 7. In order to solidify his status as the group's new leader, the governor kills Mitch, Tara, Alicia, or Pete. If you picked Pete, the governor then convinces Mitch to follow him, explaining he can make the hard decisions that Pete could not. So Pete was the guy that was the nice guy in the camp when they were, he chained him, he killed him and made him into a walker, and then he put him in the lake. So theoretically, he's still in the lake trying to swim up and get out of the water. But wouldn't he drown, though? How would your body still function with the water in your lungs, though? Wouldn't you not be able to move? Like, they just, I don't know, that's just a thing like that, too. Well, Pete was the answer. So there you go, guys. Today's Monday, August 29th. We're ready for September. I know I am. I'm ready for October 23rd. Can't wait. Just got some information. We'll talk about Fear the Walking Dead, and here I opened up my Facebook, and I see there's a Zombieland article. And I like Zombieland. I think it's a funny video movie. And it was filmed in Georgia, actually, as well. And they're about to start making a second one. They're building the script and having everyone come back for it as well. Because, you know, the zombies are the huge thing there, too. World War Z 2 is coming out, I think, next year and everything, too. But Zombieland, it says, Bill Murray's Zombieland role was meant for Patrick Swayze. During an interview on Geeking Out on AMC show hosted by Kevin Smith, Zombieland writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick talked about the cult movies as they make the Stark Revolution. Legendary actor Bill Murray wasn't meant to be in the movie. Instead, it was thought that the late Patrick Swayze would be the part. So that's kind of crazy. So they wanted Swayze instead of Bill Murray, but Bill Murray's thing was great. I thought that was hilarious. So that was pretty funny to know. And if you ever took one of the big movie tours or the big zombie tours in Sonoya, they leave out of. There's like 1, 2, and 3 now. We've been on the second one because they go to a little more areas that were relevant to us. The first zombie tour is downtown Atlanta, and there. If you want to check out those, you go to AtlantaMovieTours.com, and they have they have 3 tours for The Walking Dead and other zombie stuff. They have one for The Hunger Games because they're all filmed in Georgia. So, speaking of Spoiling Dead fans and filming in Georgia, the latest thing for the Spoiling Dead fans is not much. They're just filming today. Episode 10 filming continues today. Over on Griffin Road off West Ellis Road, road closures are between Camp Road and Landmark Way. The location is probably well blocked, but if you go out, please blah, blah, blah. So, but the last thing that was pretty cool is that yesterday, that was August 27th, so Friday or Saturday, they were filming episode 10. They started, and it was Carol and Daryl and some Kingdom and Ezekiel were all filming. So some Kingdom people, Carol and Daryl filming into the Creeptastic house alone together. So Carol and Daryl are reunited, and it feels so good. So there we go with that. We just got Fear the Walking Dead last night. Did you see it? Did you not? We're going to talk about some spoilers ahead. If you don't want to know, stop watching now. But basically, I thought it was a better episode. I'll give it that. It is improving with time, and hopefully it improves to the great point of watching, content. I don't think it's ever going to be on par with The Walking Dead. But a couple things I picked up is that Nick is by far the lead character of that show. And I think he is, because he brings in the most drama to the show and the most, he draws you in, it basically was. Druggy Johnny Depp, basically. And is it wrong for me to be like, I wanted them to chop his hand off? I wanted them to bring something to the show where they were going to cut his arm off, but he bartered for more water, pills, this and that, and he took the candy bar or the cookies or whatever it was and gave it to the little girl, which was cute. He does little things like that, draw it in like, oh, he's a good guy. And he kind of is a good guy there, too. You finally saw Strand and Madison, Ophelia, who's useless. Ophelia, I'm just not a big fan of Ophelia. Alicia, she's okay. Madison and Strand are having a bar talk, just hanging out by the drinking and getting all wasted, which is the last thing you want to do when you're dehydrated, but either way, They're getting hammered with some tequila. They're talking about various things. And then they start getting carried away, start banging on the piano for some damn reason. Like, that's a good idea. I would check that hotel inside and out and lock it down before I do anything around the area and just mess it up. Because that's basically going to be your new home, right? The boat's gone. Abigail's gone, which kind of good riddance. That was terrible television to watch, isn't that, being on a boat like that, too. I'd rather watch Below Deck Mediterranean or Below Deck on Bravo. That's hilarious. That's more entertaining than freaking Fear the Walking Dead on the boat was. But, so they were using in the hotel, which is a good idea, if you think about it. If a zombie apocalypse happened, you would have to get food, water, shelter, safety, security, weapons. That's what you need. The basic things there are what it is. And you would think about going to like a supermarket, locking that shit down. Sam's Club, Costco, BJ's, some other bulk food store, huge supermarket, just locking that down like the Mexican cartel people did. They lock down a supermarket, they hold up in there, they barter with people, they trade with people, which is very smart. That's a great way of doing things. I thought that was great. The hotel would also be another great location as well because it's huge as long as it's blocked off and safe. But we got to see what that's kind of like, and I like that whole kind of feel of it as well. So that kind of drew me in a little bit more too. And a lot of people hate the show. Some people like the show. Some people stick up for the show. I'm like borderline of it. I don't hate it. I don't think it's great. It's like it's okay. There's moments where they do a good job, but there's a long way to go on there too. And again, with this whole craziness of death and whatever. So Nick finds a place, and it's crazy again too. Like they're sacrificing people to do this. They're chanting. They have this cult status kind of thing where we're the people like this, and it's about death and whatever. So I don't know. And is that guy really bit? Alejandro, whatever. Is he really bit? Did he really have he to survive a bite on there too? Because if he did, that's freaking huge. Because if that's part of the show going forward on there too, are we going to get some cure for this thing? Are you going to get some status where you can rebuild people after they've been bit like that too? Or they don't have to turn right away or something? Can you have a chance to survive in this crazy world? I don't know where they're going to go with that, but I don't think that's the type of show that's worried about a cure. It's just worried about surviving and the people. So I don't know what they're doing with that whole aspect of it, but I like that turnaround there. I believe there's 13 episodes. That was episode, I think, 9, so we're coming up on, we got 4 left. If you watched Fear the Talking Dead, it was pretty good, actually. It was pretty funny. It was Madison, the actors who play Madison Strand, and then Ethan Embry Carter from The Walking Dead Season 6, Episode 1. And it was pretty entertaining. It was pretty funny. Strand was kind of funny. Madison, she's been on there twice now. I don't know. She's okay. She's kind of funny, whatever. But Ethan Embry was pretty funny. And then they were throwing the breakaway glass, the glass cups that she was using to throw on the show against the wall. For some reason, just throwing glass around. But, so, that was pretty funny how they were just chucking out the zombie picture. It was pretty entertaining. Little things like that, too. And then the Fear the Walking Dead clip for next week's episode is Alicia getting crazy with her butterfly knife. And now she's turning into a badass on there too. Are we getting like a Carol now all of a sudden where she's going to be able to take stuff out and do that? She's kind of like a mix between Beth and Carol, I'm guessing. I don't know if they're going to turn it around where she's like a younger girl but trying to be tough on there. I don't know if she turns into, a survivor, which is going to be good because we need more people like that. We need Madison to step it up. We need people to come around and take these walkers out and stop fucking around and build a place where they can survive on there as well. So, I don't know. The show was okay. It's something to watch on Sundays. There's limited television. So I thought it was decent. It was a decent episode. It was one of the better episodes by far. And they talked about it on Fear the Walking Dead. Daniel better be alive. That's all I can say, is that he better come back. He burned down the Celia's mansion or whatever it was, or the compound, whatever that was. And I want him to somehow come back, save the group, have a group of people that he finds that are badass, be a leader, come back, and whatever. Then we don't know where Ophelia went. She went and she left after Alicia was taking a shower. She comes back, and I thought too, like Ethan Embry said, I thought she fell right off of the line. She committed suicide. I thought she jumped off the ledge of the balcony when you see that person drop, but she was above the balcony, so it wasn't her that fell. But you're like, whoa, is that her? It initially gets you thinking like that too. We don't know where she went. Maybe she left the room. I don't know what happened to her because it's a hotel room. How far can you go? You're trapped in a little room like that. So either way, guys, last thing I want to talk about is The Walking Dead and this guy, Abraham. Michael Cullis has been hitting the interview circuit, and he's been doing a bunch of interviews and articles and everything, and there's talking about how Negan and Abraham are going to how they're going to be in this world. I think it ain't going to be very long. I think he's going to last in the lineup, and that's it. He's going to be in the lineup. He gets picked. He gets his head bashed in because Negan wants to remove all threats that can cause a problem with him, and Abraham's not going to back down. He would cause a problem like that, and he would even take Negan out, I'm sure. So in a world when there's Negan and Abraham in it, and a chance to get rid of Abraham, damn well Negan's going to get rid of Abraham because Negan could not mess around with Abraham because Abraham would take him out. So I think that's the thing that they were talking about too. If you ever read the article, we have 2 other good videos about it. Abraham talks about during conventions and everything, he gets asked a million times who got killed, and he's saying he can't tell you, and he can't because he'll get in trouble, and he don't want him to get in trouble at all. But he's also painting a picture that he might be alive in another article, and he survived past his comic book death only to survive 2 more episodes in it. So it sucks that he's probably not going to be around. That's what the predictions, the theories, the spoilers, whatever you want to call them, say. I'm just ready for it to be over with. I don't know about you, but I'm freaking ready for October 23rd. Let's get this settled. Move on. The predictions and theories, are they right? Are they wrong? I believe the spoilers are going to be right. I believe the information that's out there makes sense. When someone's not filming, they're dead or they're locked up on it somewhere else in there on the show. I just don't think a character is, if they're not filming, it means they're dead most likely. That just doesn't make sense for it. Who knows? Maybe he gets beat up, maimed, coma, status, healing, and he's in the hilltop or something all trying to get patched up. But, ultimately we hear that 2 Lucille victims and it's Glenn and Abraham. So we'll see if they're right, and I think they are, which sucks. But like we said, guys, once we know information, I make a video, we make a video, we do something as quickly as possible to get it out on there too. And if the source is Spoiling Dead fans, we're going to quote the source. If it's comicbook.com or whatever, we're going to quote the source. We got tons of other videos with our own logic and theories and thoughts about things, but we just get the information out once we know. And we give props to the information that's provided and who they are. We want to give them props and say how they do a good job, and that's where we got the information from. Because we don't want you to think like, oh, we're making stuff up, we're full of crap, we don't know information. We quote the source and we give you a thing that if you want to check it out for yourself, go ahead and check it out and have your own damn thoughts, because you're going to have your own thoughts anyway. You like the show or you hate the show for some reason, whatever it is. You like the characters, you dislike characters on The Walking Dead. There's tons of people that I know that also write to us that love Carl, that hate Carl, that love Negan, that hate Negan, that love Daryl, that hate Daryl. There's so many people that like the character, and then there's, for every person that likes the character, there's 2 people that don't like that character. But I don't know how you can dislike certain people, but people do. People like the show for different reasons, and there you go, guys. So that's what we got for you. Fear the Walking Dead. Watched it on Sunday. Hopefully you checked it out. If not, I'm going to probably check out Geeking Out on demand or whatever. And I'm trying to catch back up on watching more. I'm trying to watch the repeats of Season 6. So we put them online or on DVD or on demand or whatever, however you're going to watch it. I'm getting ready for Season 7, getting ready for it. I probably am going to watch an episode a week. I might recap some of that stuff. Like this past Sunday, I watched Season 6, Episode 1. And it was great. It was a great episode. You don't realize how much Morgan is involved with that too, because he just comes back at the end of Season 5, and he's going to be a huge part of that season, and he really is. And it's pretty cool to see that dynamic between Rick and Morgan and the new Morgan and where it is. Now looking back, we know what the situation is, and it's also always cool to see that. There's all these Easter eggs and fun facts and stuff that you may have missed the first time, and that's why The Walking Dead is the best show ever, because you can watch the show again and still find new stuff that you may have missed. It's pretty awesome. So there you go, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Post your comments below. Just be nice about it. That's all we care. If you're going to be negative like that, I got 0 tolerance for that. I'm going to block you and get the fuck out of here. So just be nice about it. Respect other people. And that's it, guys. So thanks for watching. You guys are awesome.